Hello everyone, my name is Matt and I'm the trainer here at the Mercy Thrive program. Going to be running through a quick exercise program that you guys can do at home during all of this. I've got some dumbbells here in the gym, obviously. I know not everyone at home probably has that. So some other things that you can use if you need that little extra resistance during the exercises, a can of soup, a book, a gallon jug of milk or water, and a resistance exercise band, or maybe ankle weights. I know obviously not everyone is going to have the official dumbbells like what we have here, but really anything that you've got to give you a little extra resistance, that's all we want. So just kind of make the best of what you have at your home. So we'll start out here just doing some real simple warm-up exercises. The first one we're going to do is just a real simple standing march, and you can kind of go at your own pace. You can pick the speed up if you need to. You can slow down if you need to. But we'll do all of these here for about 15 seconds, give or take. And again, it doesn't have to be exact, but just you want to get the heart rate up a little bit, get the blood flowing, rather than just start exercising cold. So that's what we want to do, just getting a quick little warm up here. The next one we'll go into is we'll go into just some arm swings. So we'll leave the legs still and we'll just go real slow, one hand over the other. And as you can see, I'm kind of alternating one hand and then going right into that other one. And again, just a nice slow, steady motion. No fast or jerking motions by any means, just a real slow, consistent movement. We're going to be doing mostly upper body stuff in the arms, so we want to get those arms warmed up best we can. Next one we'll do here is we'll go into some arm circles, and again, just real slow, arms out at your side. We can go for about 7-8 seconds one way, then you can stop and reverse it, go the other way. Again, real slow, should be comfortable the whole way. And from here, we'll stop and we'll go into a torso rotation. So again, real slow movement, no jerking or twisting hard, more of a rotation where you're just letting your trunk on the front side rotate and you're just kind of following with your eyes. I kind of cross my hands in front of my body, make a fist between the two hands and just kind of watch that as my guide as I'm rotating side to side. And then from there, we'll go into one more. We'll go into a jog in place. And again, a little bit different than the knee ups where we're actually jogging. You can pick the speed up a little bit more on this one if you want. And we'll do this one again here for another 5 seconds. And then the last one we'll do is we'll just go into some real simple squats. So with this one, everyone's resistance and tolerance is going to be a little different. So you want to just go down to whatever's comfortable. We don't want any pain or discomfort in the knee. Just go down to what's tolerable. If you need to go down a little bit shorter like that, that's okay. And if you can tolerate it to go down deeper, that is good as well. Whatever's comfortable here. 5 more seconds. And good. We'll go ahead and start here. Like I said, being in the gym, I've got more options. Got a couple of different options with the weight. So I'm starting with some heavier weights because we're going to start just doing some bicep curls. So the first set here, we can just do flat-footed. Arms nice and straight, back is straight as well, not bending forward, not leaning back. And we'll just go slow movements up and down. Biggest thing with this one is we don't want the weight to fall. We want to control the weight up and then work that resistance back nice and slow. Make the muscle kind of do the whole thing there. And we usually like to do 10 to 12 reps. Again, it'll depend a little bit on how much weight you have. If you have more weight and you don't have a lighter option, you might not be able to do as many reps, but if you can tolerate it, we usually like to do less weight with more reps. So we'll do 2 more. Last one. And go ahead and rest there. And we usually take about 15, 20 seconds or so in between each rep. One other thing that I have here is a box for step ups. Now again, not everyone is going to have this in their home. If you have any type of box or step, a wooden platform, anything at all that you can step up on and step back on, that'll give you a little more of a challenge as we step up and do the exercise. But again, if you don't have that, just do the second set again flat on the floor, and that is okay as well. But I will go ahead here and do our second set, and we'll do that. I'll do this one on the box. So we'll go ahead into our second set of the bicep curls, and we'll start here. And I want to usually start my up motion with the bicep curl once I'm all the way on the box. So it's almost 4 motions. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Before we start that curl, make sure we're all the way up on the box. And again, 10 to 12 reps, that's usually kind of the area that we're looking to get. If you want to go more than that, that's perfectly fine. And if you have heavier weights and you can't do that many, just work with what you have, and that's fine too. 2 more. Last one, and done. Next one we'll do here is we'll go into a tricep extension. So for this one, we'll have one hand on the weight, other hand on the elbow, supporting the elbow so that arm's not falling down. And we want to go back towards the shoulder and then straight out that way. So biggest thing with this one is we don't want to start our extension and then have that weight fall. So again, adjust your resistance as needed. Everyone's going to be a little different, but nice and slow each motion there. And again, we'll do that 10 to 12 reps. Three more. Good, and we'll go ahead and switch. Other hand, support that other elbow. Again, nice and slow each direction. Make sure we come all the way back to the shoulder and nice and slow out until that arm is nice and extended straight. 2 more. Good. Take a little break here again, 15, 20 seconds in between. Grab a drink of water really quick if you'd like. And we'll go back into our second set of the tricep curls, or excuse me, the tricep extensions. And again, depending on how much time you have, how much of a workout you want to do, I'm doing two sets of each of these exercises. If you're in a hurry and you only have time to do one, that's fine. If you're wanting to do a longer workout, make your muscles work a little bit harder and you want to do 3, that's fine too. 2 to 3 is kind of what we recommend, just for the sake of time. I'm doing 2, but by all means, if you would like to do a 3rd set on your own, that's perfectly fine. But I'll go ahead here and we'll go into our second set of the tricep extensions. Again, you want to make sure that back is nice and straight, not bending forward, not leaning back. 3 more. Last one. Good. We'll go ahead and switch sides, support that opposite elbow, and right back into it. Three more. Good. Go ahead and put that one down. Now I'm going to grab another set of dumbbells here, a little bit lighter weight. We're going to go into another exercise. The movement's a little bit more difficult in my opinion. So again, to be able to make sure we're going to hit that 10 to 12 rep mark, we usually want to go less weight and more reps versus me staying with those heavier weights and maybe not being able to do that 10 to 12. So drop the weight a little bit here. We're going to go into single arm raises. So the arm is straight, no bend in the elbow, and we're going to just go basically until that shoulder and that wrist are level. So we don't want to go way up there, not angled down, just nice and slow, straight up, and then alternate to the other side. And again, we'll shoot for that 10 to 12 rep mark. This one is more on the shoulder. So again, a little bit less weight will make it easier to get through the whole set rather than the bicep and the tricep where I had a little bit more weight. But I want to be able to get through all these with you, so we'll go another 2. And rest there. We'll take another 15 seconds. Grab some water again if you need. And we'll do our second set of the straight arm raises. Another way that you can change this one up if you'd like, rather than going one at a time, you can do both arms at the same time. And again, we're still stopping at that same point where the shoulders and the wrists are level. So again, just kind of a comfort and however you're feeling, whether you want to do one arm at a time or both arms at the same time. Two more. Last one. Good. Now from there, we'll go into a lateral raise. So again, usually a little bit easier to go forward than to the side. So again, if you need to adjust the weight with whatever you have, if you've been using a dumbbell or you have an exercise band or something like that, and some of these exercises are feeling a little harder with that, you can always change it, find a book, that weighs a couple of pounds, a big can of soup, whatever you have around that, still gives you some resistance, but maybe not as much weight as what you started with, if you have that option, again, as far as different pieces of equipment laying around the house. So the next one here, we'll go into a lateral raise, arms at the side again, back nice and straight, almost up into a T up, I guess I kind of call them, but arms are straight again, nice and slow each direction. And again, just like all of these exercises, when we get to that point where we're at the ending motion, we don't let the weight take over and just fall. We want to control the weight out and then we control the weight back to that starting position. Nice and slow each direction. Two more. Last one. Good. Go ahead and take one more little rest there. And we'll finish up with our second set of the lateral raises. All right, so go ahead and grab your weights again. We'll go right back into that second set, back nice and straight, and we'll go right into it. All these exercises, you don't want to be in a real deep bend, but you also don't want to have your legs locked. So just a real slight bend in the knee, feet comfortably spaced apart, about shoulder width, and just kind of adjust as needed. Two more. Last one, and back. Good, so we'll go ahead and transition here into another one. We'll go into a bent over row. So again, something like this, it would be ideal if you have a chair, something to kind of grip. I've got an extra chair here that I'm gonna just kind of use just to give me a little support so you're not bending way over. And then for this one, you just kind of let your arm hang. Again, no bend in the arm, hanging down, and then a bent over row. And we'll just come on up nice and slow. Again, when you get that weight up, control it back yourself rather than gravity just kind of taking over and letting it fall back down on its own. Two more. Last one. Good. So then we'll go ahead and switch sides. And again, whatever you have laying around, whether it's, a chair back, a table, just whatever that's gonna give you support, and that obviously when you're pushing on it or leaning on it, it's gonna, hold up and it's not gonna slide or budge at all, because we wanna make sure that we're upright during that whole exercise. So then we'll go back into one more. Other leg drops back, other leg comes forward, arm at the side again, and we'll go right back up into it. Three more. And last one here. So for me on that one, I dropped the weight on the previous exercise. That one felt a little light for me. So again, that's kind of what you do. Adjust the weight as needed. That first one felt a little light, so I'm gonna go back to the other weight that I started with for the bicep curls that was a little bit heavier, and that'll adjust. Same thing. If you were doing an exercise and you got to 9 or 10 and it felt pretty heavy and it was really hard to get through those last couple, that might be a sign to drop the weight, go a little bit less so you can get through them a little easier. But for me, that one felt a little light, so I'm gonna adjust the weight, go up just a little bit, and we'll go right back in to that second set. Again, shooting for that 10 to 12 rep mark. Last one. Good. We'll take another 15 seconds. Grab some water if you need it. We'll switch sides. We'll go back into one more here. All right, whenever you're ready. 3, 2, 1, right back into it. Three more. And done. Good. So that again gives you a couple of options as far as exercise that you can do at home. You can always do more reps, less reps, more sets, less sets, whatever time you have available to kind of make it work, but that just kind of gives you a little insight there to do some exercises at your house. Let's just do a couple of quick kind of cool down stretches. If you are done at this point and your arms are feeling a little sore, a little tired, a lot of the times if you haven't done exercises like this for a while, you're gonna be sore, so don't be alarmed if your arms are feeling sore. Just wanna make sure that you stretch it out a little bit and you don't just kind of stop and go back to whatever you were doing before you were exercising. So we'll kind of start here with some slow neck circles. I usually like to cross my hands behind, kind of drop your chin and tuck your chin, and then just real slow movements. And again, these exercises, cool down stretches, I usually go maybe a little bit longer than what you do for the warm up. So maybe instead of 5 to 10 seconds, maybe 15, a little bit longer. And then on this one we can stop and then go the other direction. And again, slow movements here. You don't want to whip your neck around real fast. You want it to be a real comfortable, slow movement. All right, from there we'll do an arm out exercise, a little bit of pressure on your fingers or on the palm of your hand, whatever's comfortable, and then just a little bit of pressure until you feel that nice comfortable stretch in your forearm on the back side. But again, just hold it when it's any tension and it starts to get a little tight. You don't want to keep cranking on those fingers or on your palm. Just hold it wherever it's comfortable, and we'll hold it here for about 10 to 15 seconds. And then real slowly, we'll kind of release, go right into the other hand, same thing, until you feel that pressure, and just hold. Good, and from there we'll go ahead and we'll reach our arm across the body, a little bit of pressure there on the back side of the arm, get a little pressure kind of in that shoulder area, and again, just pull back until you feel some pressure. You can either kind of use your knuckles on the back side of your hand, or you can palm your elbow to pull back, whatever is more comfortable. I usually like to just kind of use my knuckles and push back, but if that's uncomfortable and you'd rather turn your hand to grip and pull, that's fine too. Go ahead and lower, go right into that other arm. Same thing here, 10 to 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and done. And we'll go into one more of those little arm circles here. We kind of started with that too to get warmed up, but this is also kind of a good one that you can use to cool down. Just slow circles. Again, we don't want to go really fast or really big circles. You want to keep them small, keep the movements nice and steady. 10 to 15 seconds. We can stop, go the other direction. 3, 2, 1. And then one final one I kind of like to end with is just kind of a reach for the sky. So arms kind of start low and just reach up above your head and hold. Maybe 3 to 5 seconds on this one. And then nice and slow, lower the hands. Kind of let everything reset. Right back up into it. Hold for another 5. And nice and slow back down. Well, hopefully that gave you a little option there to get some exercise at home. Hope everyone is staying safe and well, and thanks for joining me. Take care.